it's a wonderful question. And I talk to a lot of people about what it is that allows someone to have an awakening. And I should mention that in the Galileo Commission and the Scientific and Medical Network, we did publish a series of essays by scientists and academics on their spiritual awakenings to show all the different ways it can happen. It can happen spontaneously during the night. You wake up and suddenly you see the world differently. Some near-death experiences, some psilocybin, some that in fact the psilocybin quiets their mind in a very similar way to deep meditation, turning down that default mode network, and they see an expanded reality and they're going, I never knew this was the case. And many of those don't ever try psilocybin regularly. They then try meditation to get that same experience, to go deeper inside. So the issue is that there are many ways of getting there, and a few people, even through rational looking at the data, say, there's enough data here to show me that consciousness is fundamental. Those are much more rare because it's almost like you need to have that direct experience to be able to say, oh, I now see that it's not just my five senses that are exploring the world. I'm much more than that. Saying that, for me, when I've watched the other people that I've known who've had those awakenings, their life is transformed. I think that's the key issue that everybody probably on your show also knows. That is that suddenly you feel connected to other people, you feel connected to the animals and the planet, and you don't want to harm other people. There's something else growing inside of you. It makes you say, oh, I feel this love for humanity and I feel this love for my cats and the trees around me. And it's like that's what begins to take over your experience of the world. So first of all, I have never taken psychedelics myself, and yet I do support it in those clinically controlled situations with someone to really help me through it. In the right clinical settings, I have read so many research studies that are published from Johns Hopkins University, NYU, et cetera, that, we have drug addicts actually getting off of their drugs, even though it's psilocybin that they're taking, they see the world in a different way. And they then know that they are more than just this small ego. And the same thing happens with people that have cancer, that in fact they have this incredible anxiety about death that's imminent. And they take those under these controlled clinical conditions, and they now know they're much more than their body.